This is a brand new product just revealed by Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. It's a pair of fully holographic, augmented reality glasses. They call it Orion. Mark's belief is that products like Orion, the Meta Quest, and the Apple Vision Pro will become the next major computing platform, an evolution beyond the smartphone. And Zuck may be correct in his prediction, but let's be real here for a second. Does anyone actually want to wear this thing on their face all day long? Sure, your weird glasses can augment reality, that's cool and all, but let's talk about how we can alter reality. Break it, if you will. And that's a project that Elon Musk has been working on for the past 8 years now. Of course, we are talking about Neuralink. If augmented reality is the next evolution of the computer, then Neuralink is the final form, the omega if you want to keep the ancient Greek references going. While Zuckerberg was out shilling his new glasses, Neuralink was busy securing approval for a new implant that will pipe computer vision directly into a person's brain. Blindsight was just classified by the Food and Drug Administration as a breakthrough device. This essentially means that it's been fast-tracked through the development and review process in order to get this device into human patients as fast as possible. Elon Musk has said the blindsight device from Neuralink will enable even those who have lost both eyes and their optic nerve to see. It will even enable those who have been blind from birth to see for the first time. To accomplish this, Neuralink will replace human eyes with small digital cameras, much like those that Meta is using in their augmented reality glasses. And then the difference comes in when Neuralink cuts a hole in the person's skull and sews a few dozen tiny wires into their brain. You won't find that on the Meta product roadmap. What Neuralink is doing here will be to create a wired connection directly into the visual cortex of the brain, which spans both left and right hemispheres. So really, there will need to be 2 holes in the person's head. Again, the process here is not so different from the Facebook glasses, where those employ miniature projectors to take digital code, convert that to electrical light energy, and overlay it on the lens as visual information. Neuralink will take digital information from the camera and convert that into an electrical signal that's transmitted into the brain, which will then be stimulated into displaying that camera feed into the patient's field of view. Now, that sounds a bit crazy, and it is, but we have to remember that our entire experience of the world is provided to us by input devices. The eyes, ears, finger, tongue, they're all just a big network of sensors that pipe electrical signals into the semi-solid biological computer that sits inside your skull. That's you, a gray, wrinkly lump plugged into a meat suit. And that's existentially a little bit terrifying, but we can either let that keep us up at night, or we can use our knowledge of science and biology to exploit the system, to hack the human experience, to break reality as we know it. This is something that Meta cannot do. In an interview with Cleo Abrams, Zuckerberg admitted that haptic feedback is not possible with augmented reality. The glasses can show you any experience, but they can't help you feel it. Zuck also relented that smell is a critical component of an immersive experience, but would be an incredibly difficult challenge to bring to augmented reality. I'd even argue that these aspects are just straight up impossible to ever deliver with a wearable device. With a brain-computer interface, on the other hand, there is no theoretical end to the possibilities. Now, let's take another quick reality break here. As fun as it is to harp on Zuck, although gotta admit his new haircut is a massive improvement towards looking like a real boy, easily the best decision he's made since the whole Facebook thing, but these Orion glasses are definitely one of the most insane products we've seen in a long time. They are very impressive, and they do exist in the real world, even if they also make you look like a dweeb. And I'm not exactly doubting Zuck's prediction that this kind of wearable augmented reality AI interface technology definitely could overtake the smartphone as our mobile computer system of choice. That could happen within the next 10 years. So Meta has a very powerful head start. They have time on their side. On the other hand, what Neuralink is doing with blindsight is still pretty far from being anything that will make for an impressive tech demo. Elon has even said this himself, and when Elon Musk is not being ludicrously optimistic about one of his own products, you know that this is real. quote, "To set expectations correctly, the vision will be at first low resolution like Atari graphics, but eventually it has the potential to be better than natural vision and enable you to see in infrared, ultraviolet, or even radar wavelengths like Geordie LaForge." And any kid who ever strapped a headband to their face and pretended to be Geordie knows how cool that would be. It's also important to remember that the Meta glasses are a toy, an incredibly expensive and innovative toy, while blindsight is first and foremost a medical device. I couldn't help but notice this reply under Elon's post by my fellow space YouTuber, the GOAT, Mr. Marcus House. He wrote, "This is my dream. With my legally blind son, I'd give anything to allow him to see clearly for the first time. Thanks to everyone involved in this project, a bright future hopefully awaits for all those out there with low or no vision." That's what actually matters, and hopefully that's what Neuralink can deliver for those people who need it. But if we wanted to shift gears back into optimistic mode, if dweeb glasses are the next big tech thing of the 2030s, then maybe we are looking at Neuralink as the next big thing, a technological revolution for the 2040s. Because, realistically, it's going to be hard enough to convince average people to wear these damn glasses on a daily basis. Imagine then selling the masses on 2 new holes in their head. My expectation is that after a decade of wearing the glasses, brain surgery will sound like a merciful relief, as long as you get to take the damn things off. Neuralink is also a more sustainable option in the long term. By that I mean, there is definitely a hard physical limitation on how small you can make this stuff, and I think we're already pretty close to hitting that wall, and smaller is great, but it usually means more expensive and more fragile as well. As someone who has spent a considerable amount of time wearing glasses, I know how easy it is to just accidentally damage or misplace a pair of glasses. Anyone who's ever sat on their frames. I'm trying to fathom what weather and temperature will do to these over years of ownership. At least you can put a phone in your pocket. You can't just put glasses in your pocket when you aren't using them. What are we all going to walk around with? Glasses hanging on neck straps like a bunch of librarians? Not that there's anything wrong with being a librarian, but you know what I mean. With Neuralink, the biggest investment is the surgery, but it's an automated surgery that's done by a robot. So it won't be cheap, but it shouldn't be outrageously expensive either. And now that you've done it, the only thing you would ever want to upgrade would be the chip and the battery cell. They can just pop that out and pop a new one in. That's already been done with monkeys, although they do have to cut your skin flap and peel that back first, then sew it back down afterwards. So you probably want to keep the upgrade cycles to a minimum, but it is an option. And the upside is that you can use this device anywhere, at any time, without anyone knowing that you have one. And in theory, you could use the link to interface with any other device or technology. Everything would go straight from the computer to your brain, and from your brain to the computer. And if things keep going the way that they are right now, there's not going to be a computer in the world that isn't running on some class of artificial intelligence. Elon Musk has envisioned this AI interface working like a third layer of functionality in the human control center. The primary layer is your limbic system. This is kind of your base level behavioral instincts: food, sex, fight or flight responses, caring for babies, all of those deep-seated behaviors that are universal among pretty much every living thing on the planet. Primal stuff. The secondary layer is your cerebral cortex. That's the wrinkly outer layer of your brain that kind of works like your CPU. Your consciousness, thought, emotion, reasoning language, and memory all originate in this gray matter. Sometimes your limbic system overrides your conscious thought. Most times it's the other way around. The give and take keeps us alive and functional. And then the third layer, or your tertiary layer, is artificial intelligence. Elon thinks that there is room for optimism that this can all work out, given that the cortex is very intelligent, but the limbic system is not. Yet they work together in harmony, so perhaps there could be a tertiary layer where a digital superintelligence lies that would be vastly more intelligent than the cortex, but still be able to coexist peacefully with the cortex and the limbic system. And at that point, what is real? If you can have a fully immersive sensory experience in virtual reality that you can taste, touch, smell, and feel, would that really be any different than something that happened in the real world?
Shalom, shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and infinite praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Rechak Warash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutations. Let's God of the broad pushing His truth and sincerity. May Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Rechak Warash Brakdam. To you, Zaquanium, walking, walk, and your elders, your brothers, your sisters, the hopefully elect out there laboring, keeping the commandments to the best of your ability, giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. And of course, keeping faith in Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His beloved Son, our Lord and our Savior and our King, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, in these last days and these perilous times that we are living in. This is Brother Pashai Ban Yahshua. Let's be a quick lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai on the beast system and its mark. All right, and how Neuralink, which is ran by Elon Musk, and its attempt to break reality in 2025 and beyond. All right, because Elon Musk has, talked about implanting, hundreds of millions of people with, brain chips within the next 20 years. And I believe in this year, 2025, they're on their third person, all right, who has, received a brain, implant in 2025. So far, from 2024 to now, because the FDA approved of it and things of that nature. So, like we see a video clip that played in the intro, they're now, revealing more of their lying wonders, their left-handed miracles, as far as, Neuralink's blind sight. All right, how it's an experimental medical device that aims to restore the sight in people who lost, the optic nerve or both eyes, even those that was, blind from birth. All right, so what they're doing, in essence, is the miracles our Lord Yahweh Shah performed in the minute of the Lord, but they're doing it on the left-hand side through technology, okay? The scriptures do say knowledge shall be increased in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter. All right, knowledge have definitely increased to the point where they have the technology, all right, to revive, sight to those that was blind, those that's, paraplegic, those that can't walk, they're lame, they're able to walk again, but it's all pseudoscience, man. Okay, and ultimately is sorcery. All right, and it's not true healing. It's not true. Those that be able to walk again, they're not truly able to walk again. All right, their brain is being tricked into thinking it's able to walk again as well. Same with the blind sight. You know what I'm saying? It's not really their eyes. They said they're going to have cameras hooked up into their fucking head and shit. So it's not true healing. It's not true miracles. All right, it's all left hand. And that's part of the beast system, ultimately. Why? Because they want to put chips in your brains and in your hands. All right, to control you. Because, we all know about input, output, and like they were saying in the video clip, a lot of I forgot exactly how he worded it, but we have a lot of input as far as, sight, hearing, tasting, feeling. And if they're able to, manipulate your input, they also can manipulate your output. All right, so they can control what comes in you, out, basically in your mind. You know what I'm saying? They control things you may say, things you, could feel. So if they make you, if you're able to feel pleasure within this, augmented reality that's inside of your head, because they trying to outdo Mark Zuckerberg and things of the nature where he had the glasses and all of that and the VRs, and they want to do they called it the omega of it all, which is put it inside of your brain so you guys could, break reality. So if you're able to feel pleasure and see things not really there, they can make you see whatever they want you to see. All right, they make you feel whatever they want you to feel, meaning pain. You can see nightmares. You can see demons. All right. So there's really nothing to play with. But of course, this is the beast system, and the Lord would let them set it up to some degree. So this would be their attempt to break reality in 2025 and beyond. Lord, let me out of here this year, but the year they're bringing a lot of these things forth. Okay, so what we're going to do is read some precepts, and I read the lesson, and because you see the intro, that's what they're planning on doing. So look at 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, and we're going to start at verse 1. It says, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by a letter as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand. So we know the day of our Lord Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, which happened in 70 AD. And that man of sin be revealed, and man of sin is Esau Edom, the son of perdition. All right, he's being revealed here in these last days for being the wicked the Bible speaks of. Verse 4. Because who's doing this right? Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. So, like I mentioned earlier, through the Spirit, when you read about the miracles the Lord Yahushua did, he literally healed those that was blind, that was lame, that was dumb. Okay, dumb means you can't speak. All right, he did many miracles, even so much, I think that it's in the book of John, the last chapter and the last verse, lets you know that the word itself cannot contain the book that should be written, considering all the works the Lord Yahushua did. All right, woman that had an issue of blood, for years, sought from many physicians. Only thing happened with it got worse. She touched the hem of his garment and got healed that same day. All right, those that was had leprosy. Okay, so what Esau is doing through his technology, through his science, what science means knowledge, so they got knowledge on the left hand side. Ultimately, is them trying to play the Most High. Them trying to mimic the miracles of the only begotten Son of the Most High God, Yahweh, whose name is Yahushua. All right, blind sight and those that couldn't walk. It's all left-hand pseudoscience. And like I said earlier, through the Spirit, it's not true healing. Okay, it's an illusion of healing. It's witchcraft. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is God. So he wants to be the Most High. He wants to be God. He wants to be a power. Okay, let's jump down to verse 7. Let's read on. Verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know that withholdeth not, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. So this is the time for him to get revealed, by the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shah through the holy prophets. Okay, Esau being revealed for the devil he is. All right, and we warning, people to stay away from this, that technology. All right, because that is the mark of the beast. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. The spirit of the Most High's mouth, or the Lord's mouth, is his prophets. So they're being consumed by the word, okay? And shall destroy the brightness of his coming when he makes the second return. Verse 9, even him, they're going back to Esau, whose coming is after the working of Satan. So they're coming, the way they conduct is after the working of Satan. All right, the adversary. With all, so they're the anti-Hamashiach. There's many of them. They're against the anointed Yahushua. They're trying to mimic what he do on the right hand and do it on the left, and push forth that, basically you don't need the Most High. You don't need Yahushua. We can heal your sight. We can heal, the fact you couldn't walk. Okay, just take this, in your head, in your hand. So let's read on. It says, whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Those are all power, signs, because they do have power in the left hand to come with technology, signs and lying wonders, man. It can sound convenient, but it's all false miracles. It's false healing. Verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You see, so a lot of people get deceived into taking this in Revelation as well. Let you know that many would deceive that took the karagim of the beast. All right. It says, and for this cause, the Most High Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness, man. So a lot of people have pleasure, in wickedness and sin. All right, and they all gonna be damned because they didn't believe this truth. They didn't believe the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Look at Revelation 13 chapter. We're gonna jump down to verse 11. And I beheld another beast cometh up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. The two horns represents two political parties that hold power. Horn represents power. So the Republicans and Democrats, going back to the Roman Empire, remember this going to the Roman Empire being revised, all right, the rebirth, the deadly one that was healed. The ancient Roman Empire had the plebeians, patricians, all right. A lamb is meek, lowly, humble, a beautiful animal. So they come across, like they're an angel of light. They got your best interests at heart. But it says, and he spake as a dragon. The Greek word for dragon there is draco, which you get draconian from. So they also going to push draconian laws and measures. Verse 12, and he exercised, so this beast talking about America. That, that other beasts that come up out of the earth talking about America. Verse 12, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast. So that's what they do. The way they set up the society is all, patented, fashioned after the Roman Empire. Okay, that's the first beast before him, whose deadly wound was healed. All right, because they was wounded nearly to death. Down the period of 1,000 years, it came back into power. During the Renaissance, the rebirth, that's when Esau came back and started creeping his way to the throne. All right, deceiving, stealing, robbing, murdering, right? Verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. All right, he got he split the atoms with the German scientists, the wise men of Teman, all right, and hit Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So they have power to make fire come down from heaven with the nuclear missiles, all going back to the atom bombs, things of that nature. Okay, verse 14, and now they have something called the dew, where they literally could like send, a direct energy weapon from space, and literally hit wherever they want. With Maui, and they could be doing it over there in California right now. Verse 14 is the point I want to get though. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had powers to do in the sight of the beast. So they do a lot of left-hand pseudoscience miracles, man. All right, and I deceive those that dwell on the earth. It says, saints that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast. That's ultimately the Roman Empire being revised, which is the New World Order that they're establishing today, which Adam Weishaupt was commissioned by one of the Rothschilds, all right, back in 1776 of May 1st, to start and fund the Illuminati. All right, for ultimately the New World Order agenda. It says, which had the wound by a sword and did live, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. So the image of the beast is that system, all right? And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So those that want to get down, they will be basically outcast society. And eventually, yes, they're going to be putting people to death that don't want to get down with this new way of living. All right, you merging with technology, transhumanism. All right, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma. That's a Greek word there for mark. It's charagma. The root word for charagma is charax. The word for charax is grapho. So the charagma is it says like the badge. Let's read the definitions right now. Let's read it. Then I'm gonna get the forehead part. That's what I really want to get. And lower in the video can stay up. Charagma says a stamp and a printed mark of the mark stamp on the forehead on the right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Mashiach, a mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images, man. That's what the charagma is. All right, so something carved, a sculpture, meaning there's gonna be something physical engraved in you. And it's ultimately what? Idolatry, idolatrous images. All right, those that take it are those that subconsciously and even consciously follow, Esau Edom, him being the ultimate anti-Mashiach, being against our Lord Yahushua. Everything he's doing is to do it on the left-hand side. The miracles our Lord Yahushua done in the right hand, they try to do it on the left. Now, the root word for charagma is charax, which means a pale or stake, a palisade or rampart. Pales between which the earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together, a trench. So when you look that up, let's read a little bit more down here. It says to sharpen to a point through the idea of scratching a stake, i.e. by implication, a palisade, a rampart, military mound for a circumvallation in a siege, a trench. You look that up, it's like the wooden like planks looking like wooden logs with a sharp point at the end. All right, so what is that today? You know, if you look at it, it resembles the delivery system, the syringe. All right, the word for that is grapho, which means the writings, to write with reference. You know, so what is that? That's ultimately what your information. You get the word grapho, graph holds data. Okay, so all it says to give information, directions, right here, and the letter D, to write to one, i.e. by writing in a written epistle to give information. So it can hold your information, it's gonna hold your writings, all right, your data within that's the actual chip. Okay, that's going inside your forehead or within your hands. Now, as we know, it says to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their forehead. So you go into the foreheads. That's what I want to get. Is metapon. All right, metapon is space between the eyes, the forehead. All right, that's the brain seat, the see head. Because that's what's between the space between your eyes. That's what's in your head and your brain. Okay, that's not talking about the skin between your skull and I'm talking about that space between your skin and your skull. And no, it's talking about inside, man. Remember, it said a thing carved, sculptured work. They're going to carve into your head. And you get the word metaverse. That's why everything's turned into something meta. And meta ultimately means a change, metamorphosize. All right, they want to change, you know, and link your nerves with technology. You see? So it all lines up to this beast system and this mark that they're planning to bring forth. And they want to just ultimately change and human beings. And they really trying to play the Most High. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell if he had the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell. I mean, you won't be able to be a part of society. All right. You won't be able to have a business, purchase things, because that's going to be a new form of currency. All right, is this the C hip? All right, and brothers do speak in code when it comes to this because they attack the videos immediately. You know, so and we know the number is Kai Stai Stigma. It's gonna say verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number 603 scoring 6 was Kai Stai Stigma. And then when you go into stigma, you know, it's even a broader definition. Let's go into that right quick. Stigma means from the primary stizzle to stick, i.e. prick, a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. It's an ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or prick cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to, and there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. Remember, idolatrous images. It says stigma from the primary stizo, a mark and seized or punched for recognition of ownership, i.e. figuratively scarf, service, a mark. You see? So that's why, you know, the apostles, the bishops, the elders on down, brothers, stress this prophecy so much and warn people to not get down with this technology, not get down with this system, all right? Because they trying to play the Most High. You get down with it, you're also saying Esau is your God. This system, you worship the system. That's a solidifying factor. So I'm ending over at least 14 chapter verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone and second death, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And their smoke and the smoke of their torment is sent up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the charagma of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, the Israelites. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, right, blessed are the dead, which die in the Lord from henceforth. You see, you have a lot of men of the Lord dying for not getting down with this. Yea, save the spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. But the righteous works, brothers, that put it in for Yahweh Shema Shai are going to follow them. They're going to be rewarded handsomely for such acts of faith towards Yahweh Shema Shai. But you have a lot of men, women, children that are going to get down with the system. All right, take the charagma, and they're going to burn in the second death in the presence of Yahweh Shai and the holy angels, man. All right, so we got to, have patience, keep the commandments, faith in Yahweh Shai, and be willing to die to not get down with this system. All right, so we'll keep doing videos on it, keep warning about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when the video can stay up, because this would, look around you. This video came out 11 days ago, how Neuralink will break reality on the Tesla space. That's their channel. So this is happening right now. So we don't see a lot of other camps going into this because they teach, different when it concerns the market, the charagma, the beast, the MOTB. All right. So we're going to keep warning. We're going to stay on our watch. Let's say you should get advantage of us. We're going to ignore his devices. We see what they're doing, blind sight and healing those that couldn't walk and all these different things. So it is left-hand pseudoscience and left-hand lying wonders. All right. So we're going to continue warning the sheep and lambs the sheep and not get down with this and stay prayed up, because when this time comes, it'll be at the hour of temptation. But let's end it with that as a matter of fact. Revelation, the 3rd chapter, verse 11, and it reads, well, verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So this day going to come upon everybody to try your faith, to test one's faith. All right, your integrity towards your out by Shemal Shah. So there's going to be a very, like we read, you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have this. All right, and it's really going to start with it's the hand, to quick. That's not really that surgical. That's something they just, it's like you get a needle shot, they inject you with whatever Vanessa they want. With the charagma, the syringe is putting it right in your hand. The forehead metapon is more the surgical. They got to dig in your brain. So those that get down with either or is finished. Or you got people that are going to take both, forehead and hand, getting fully involved in the system. They want to augment. They want to own nothing and be happy, like they showed in the movie Ready Player One. But that was like a virtual reality. But imagine that really in your head. They showed that movie and implanted. Oh, there's another movie that came out with this dude that took the implant, and the AI eventually took over his body and had him doing, many different things. I forgot the name of that movie. Man gets AI in head movie. I forgot the name of it. Oh, yeah, it's called Upgrade. Yep, Upgrade. Good movie to watch. So, yeah, man, stay prayed up. Hold fast to this truth that no one takes our crown, man. So in closing, giving all honor, glory, and infinite praise to Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rechak, Kodash, double honor to the apostles, the bishops and elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutation to the God of the broad bush and his truth and sincerity. That I'm saying Shalom, Shalom.